Alright, let's talk about two very specific things. First, how you could be making so much gold right now through the essences gained from completing rifts, and secondly, about how knowing what is to come with the quarterly updates will help you stay ahead of the curve. Right now, farming rifts is already great for making gold. The profit per hour from farming tier 1 rifts seems to be through the roof, and if you find someone to open tier 2 and 3 rifts for you, you could be making even more. If you want to actually reach the numbers listed on the fast farming website, make sure you check out my rift hunting video, by the way. It isn't as simple as going to your nearest rift, but it isn't complicated either. You just need to know what to do. Let's get the basics out of the way, as these are important for the rest of the video. You can obtain Essences of Despair from closing tier 1 rifts, and you can massively boost the amounts you gain through unlocking the Astral Ward Rift Mastery and using common Kryptis Motivations. The common motivations do not require any essences to craft themselves, but you need to unlock the second Astral Ward Mastery as well. If you want to eventually start hunting tier 2 rifts, so you can obtain essences of greed, you'll need to craft uncommon Kryptis Motivations. These require essences from tier 1 rifts, the common motivations we just discussed, large claws and research nodes. And you probably guessed it, to start hunting tier 3 rifts for essences of triumph, you'll need the essences from tier 2 rifts, uncommon motivations, vials of potent blood and research nodes. Research nodes could be somewhat of a hassle to obtain, but once again, the fast farming website lists the most cost efficient ways to get these. If you want me to make a video on this specifically, please do let me know in the comments down below. Right now, if you were to craft the motivations, you can already make a decent chunk of gold. Common motivations don't leave much in terms of profit, which is to be expected, because they require no account bound materials at all. Uncommon motivations cost 1 gold and 25 silver to craft, but they sell for around 3 gold and 30 silver on the trading post. So even if you deduct the trading tax of 15%, you're still making a good chunk of profit. And rare motivations only cost slightly more to make, but you're getting around 6 gold in profit per single craft. A lot of people are hunting down tier 1 rifts right now, but finding tier 2 and tier 3 rifts is a lot more rare. So if you want to make a ridiculous amount of gold right now, assemble a group of people and start farming tier 2 and tier 3 rifts. This is not where the video ends, however. Maybe you remember the old adage, knowledge is power. Well, ArenaNet already gave us some extra information. We know that roughly every 3 months we're going to get an update for the next 3 quarters. And in update 2, roughly 6 months from now, we're getting a new set of legendary armor. This will be the first set that does not require raids, World v World or PvP. To make this set, you will need an ungodly amount of essences. You'll need 3000 essences of despair, 1200 essences of greed and 600 essences of triumph per single piece. A full set will cost you 18k despair, 7.2k greed and 3.6k triumph. And if you plan on making all 3 armor weights, you can triple that. Now, something that happens in every single MMO is that when something new releases, people need to have it instantly. We've seen this with the prices paid for Generation 3 legendaries when End of Dragons released, and more recently, even the Kryptis motivations were being traded at way too steep of a price on release. Another very common thing is that not a lot of players plan ahead. There is so much already to do in the game right now, so there is no need to bother with future updates yet. Well, if you and a group of friends get in the groove of farming tier 3 rifts right now, you'll already be richly rewarded by selling the motivations on the trading post. And by the time the legendary armors hit the game and more people want to farm tier 3 rifts, you'll already be much faster and more efficient in farming them and could potentially be selling the motivations at a premium once more. There is one huge caveat though, and that is that I cannot predict the future. If I could, I'd probably be winning the lottery every single week. If the next or second quarterly update adds an easier farm to obtain tier 2 and 3 essences, we could see a decline in prices. But I don't care, because the amount of gold you could be making in the next 3 months from tier 3 rifts will probably pay for any item in the game. I am contemplating the idea of forming groups myself and having massive non-stop farming parties. The keyword is contemplating. It's a bit out of character, but I'm going to give you a glimpse at the person behind the screen. Due to some issues, I have very little energy and I'm often extremely tired. Not the kind where I can go to bed early and wake up refreshed. Making these videos and the feedback I get from all of you, however, is positively impacting my energy. And that's why I keep making them. And that's also why I'm willing to give it a shot to form groups. On top of that, I always wanted to offer a way to everyone who watches my videos but doesn't have a group of in-game friends to play together, because playing Guild Wars 2 with people is very different from playing solo, and it's fun. I'll have to say that even if I start organizing these, I might disappear for a day every now and then. And I'm not asking for anyone to feel sorry about this. I'm simply asking for some understanding when it eventually happens. I previously had a Discord, which I closed because it wasn't offering what I wanted it to offer. I want it to be a place of all the knowledge from my videos and more available to anyone. I decided to start from scratch, but I'm nowhere close to where it needs to be. It's one of my long-term projects. But if people want to take me up on my offer to farm together, I'm willing to reopen a few channels already just for the sake of organizing groups.